Alright, in this video we're going to be working on the rust on this side. Unfortunately, I did not film painting on the other side. I'm still not done with the painting, I just have clear coat, but clear coats really don't look that great when you're spraying it on because nothing's actually changing on camera. We're going to be working on the rust on this side, and we're going to mask off all the windows here and make sure that this is appropriately covered, and then we'll start cutting out the rust. That's what we're going to start doing in this video, and we'll see how much we get done. I want to definitely make this video cover more than just doing the rust on this side because it looks very boring on camera. So I want to move on to some other projects as well, like the vacuum pump that I want to put in the engine bay. That's what's coming up in this video. Hope that you enjoy. Alright, let me show you what I've gotten done so far. So there was a few points along here that I noticed were kind of rusty. Luckily, if it'll focus, luckily that's kind of the extent of it right here. So there's just a little pinprick, not anything big like this. So went along this entire sill, and luckily nothing major. So everything seems good right up until the back here. Just a little hole right there. Nothing major. Luckily the rest of the sill is in good condition. So that's the piece that we cut out. You can see my terrible weld repair. And then there's from the backside. It's already rusted out, or beginning to rust. So now we gotta replace this. that took way longer than I was thinking that it would, but got this plate welded on. Got it kind of ground down as best as I could and clearanced for this piece. And this side actually. Yeah, I can still see a little bit of stuff, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm gonna come in here with a little bit of Bondo and clean it up a little bit. Everything that's here is like a nail's width, pretty much. So, not too bad. I'll come in and clean it up afterwards. Okay, so the last time that I tried to make this upper part, I had a lot of difficulty. In particular, I had trouble making this little bend right there. And this bend was not so bad. But that bend was quite tricky. So I'm gonna try and make, got these little 5/16 round bar, and I'm thinking I'm gonna weld 2 of them on like that to a piece, and then I'll cut off another piece, and then it'll be welded in the center there. So then when these two press against each other, I can make a little rounded bend, and then I can just cut out the stuff that I need. That's not bad. It's not perfect, but that's close enough that I'm willing to put it on my Jeep, so I'm happy with it. Alright, well, I'm done for today. I'm gonna just sweep out the barn. Tomorrow I'll get back to repairing the rust. The rust up front has been repaired. I just need to repair the rust that's on the very back. So I'll do that tomorrow, and then probably do a little bit of sanding and then put some Bondo on it, and then we'll be done. Well, then we'll have to paint it, and then we'll be done. Alright, now that it's a new day, I'm going to cut out this rust and weld in a new panel right there. So, we'll get to it. as I can get right now with the rust on the Jeep. I'm waiting on seam sealer right now, so once that comes in, then I can put those strips along the sides, and then we'll be done with the rust repairs, although I still need to paint it. But for now, that's as far as I can get with that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna work on installing this vacuum pump. So we'll get into it. Okay, in the previous video, I told you that I was running through a lot of vacuum pumps. And this is the vacuum pump that I've been getting. There's a lot of different brands that make this, but they're all the same. So that's the one that I've been getting. And something that I was not aware of until recently is that these are not designed to be running constantly. My brakes being operated off of vacuum, I kind of need enough vacuum for the brakes. So I can't have one of these going out every now and then. And they went out very quickly too. So the reason for them going out so quickly is twofold. Number one, didn't have a vacuum canister. Most vehicles have a vacuum canister that holds an extra reserve of vacuum that it can draw on. And this vehicle, this Jeep had it, and I believe the Mercedes actually had it as well. So the second reason why I was running through so many vacuum pumps is this little electronic device on here. Now this is a vacuum sensor, and it essentially tells this vacuum pump when to turn on and when to shut off based on how much vacuum is in this. So that's the reason why I've been running through these so fast, and hopefully this kit, which was not cheap, will solve that issue. Now in the future I will be actually going over to a mechanical vacuum pump that'll run off of the engine, but I won't do that until I swap out the belts for one serpentine belt. So for now, I'm going to be installing this kit and run with this until I have enough that I can get the serpentine belt conversion. There's a lot of different parts, so I'm gonna purchase some and then other stuff on down the line. So that's gonna be what we're gonna do in this episode. Well, guess I should have seen that one coming. Went through, punctured this. Oh well, guess I'll get a new washer fluid tank. Bummer. Okay, I got the vacuum pump all mounted and all the lines for it ran and all the wiring Then I made this little bracket for vacuum cylinder, the vacuum canister. And so that's that. And this will go right there. Get that put on and we should be good. All right, now time to test it out. It should come up and then shut off once it's reached the amount of vacuum that it shuts off at. So I'll wait a little bit. There we go. So now it won't run all the time, it'll only run as needed. So that's good. Okay, so now before we put this piece on and do the final painting, I do need to put some seam sealer inside of here. There's some cracks in between the panels. I just want to make sure that that has some seam sealer in it. Then I can put seam sealer down the entirety of this and put that on, and we'll be done with this side. Do the same thing on the other side, and we'll be finished with all of the rust repairs. So let's get it done. For this video, we got the vacuum pump and vacuum cylinder installed and wired up to the on switch relay. So all of that is buttoned up. Probably in the next episode, we'll see when that'll come out. We'll be working on the hood and that right fender. Also probably installing the washer fluid reservoir over on this side. That should be in the next one on the Jeep, and I will see you then.